This is how I made this lei for my friend's sister's graduation. I first picked crown flowers because they last pretty long. I separated the crown from the petals, and I'm using both parts for different sections of the lei. Also, don't forget to pick off the stem from the petals. Then I washed the crown flowers to get all the milk off, and then I strung the crowns, and these are pretty easy to string. I just use a longer needle and regular thread. And then the same for the petals of the crown flower. I thought these would be easy to string, but they're a little bit more time consuming. Then I picked stephanotis, and these also last a long time. I cut the stems pretty short and strung them using a thicker string and needle. To preserve both the crown flower and stephanotis, I wrapped them in a damp paper towel and put them in the fridge. Then the morning of the graduation, I picked Pua Kenikeni and cut the stems diagonally. I find that they fit better when I do this. Just like with the stephanotis, I string the Pua Kenikeni with a thicker needle, which is actually just a wire, and a thicker string. To preserve it, I put it in a Ziploc and float it in room temperature water. And for the last section of the lei, I picked bougainvillea and separated them from the stems. To string it, I use a regular needle and thread, and I place a couple of them on top of each other and string it through the middle. And then right before I have to leave, I tie each section to each other and add a ribbon. I messed up the placement of this section. I should have put the stephanotis in place of the bougainvillea and placed the stephanotis facing down, and this way it would have hid the thicker string and the flower still would have been facing the correct direction. I was taught that the proper way to wear a lei is to have all the flowers facing up towards your heart.